You were on LockedIn. I'll let George ask the locked-in question.
Which I had such a good time on.
How was your experience? Like, looking back on it.
The best and worst. You have to give just best and worst, yeah.
So your best and worst experience.
Yeah, George is definitely control alt deleting.
So what was your best and worst experience in LockedIn?
I will tell you what my worst experience. Okay. I'll just say the worst. No. Do you know what? I'm glad I did it. Whenever anyone says, are you glad you did it? Would you do it again? I'm glad I did it. Would not do it again.
Right.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's just, it was already such a different audience to what I'm used to. So I never knew how I was going to be received when I went in there. I was a bit apprehensive about it because I was like, this is so different to the people that consume my content. Like, LockedIn is primarily like YouTube people, football lads, and I was like, they're gonna hate me, like they're just not gonna get me. The one thing I will say is I didn't have any bad comments off of the show. Like, I was received really well, which I was grateful for. I just felt, what to even say? It's just none of my gays were there. I felt like my everything, my humour, the shit that I find funny and entertaining, and
that was what was
everything about it was
the
so
idea
different.
of them just cutting bits of you going, and the thing is,
No, but
and everyone's just there like,
And
no, this is
everyone's
exactly
like-
what happened. So I'm watching it, and like she'll say certain things that will make the edit that I don't even know the editors knew were like funny pop references or whatever, and she'd say them, and they might as well have just put tumbleweed on the screen.
Yeah.
So you've got everyone else sitting in there just being like, oh yeah, like
So
Air
like,
Force
what did you
50s
think
or
of
whatever.
that game, that like Man United something, and I'm going,
and you're like, well, yes, Vogue Mama House down boobs. And I just remember thinking, like, if this is only 45 minutes or an hour of what 24 hours is and nothing is landing.
That.
Yeah. It was.
is there a women/gay alternative foot asylum that could do a
There should
similar,
be.
like
There should be.
Yeah, there should be.
Because
Like
how
a-
many
like
seasons is it
PLT
now and there's
sort
been
of
no
house.
gays?
Yeah. There's
Like
been
that.
no.
I don't know.
Yeah, on
There
Foot
really should
Asylum's
be.
thing, there's not been a single gay person, has there?
Don't think so.
No.
There's not been like a single like
But
girly girl.
But even if they bring those people in, like Ash said, it's not the same audience. If say you had,
For sure.
I
Like,
don't know,
would we want to
whatever
put
account.
ourselves up for
I
something
don't
like that?
know
That's
if
what you
you
mean.
would.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't,
and
definitely not.
I completely understand
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the
This is-
audience is just so
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would translate.
Yeah.
What brand would work for that?
I think that there's so many. I think it's
We
it doesn't-
must
the
make
brand.
that.
It's not.
Imagine if it did
thing
a
is,
Grindr
it's,
house.
It's not about the brand. It's about the casting. Grindr.
Yeah,
Like,
it
in terms
is.
of,
It
like,
is about the
Asylum's
cut.
audience before LockedIn was a thing was.
Yeah, but that's
So, like-
because of who they'd chosen to collaborate with up until that point. Foot Asylum is shoes. Everyone wears shoes.
Yeah, you're
It's-
right.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's-
yeah.
It's also very like Hood Richie sort of tracksuits and.
What does
Yeah.
Hood Richie mean? I
No,
don't-
that's
well, maybe there,
point
there we
proven.
go.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
Shane Richie's
And the thing is-
husband.
It's when he gets home from work. Hood
Shane
Richie.
Richie's husband.
I'm trying to think.
You're right though. As in
ASOS.
they cultivated that audience by
Yeah.
who they work
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
I agree.
ASOS.
I agree.
ASOS, where's your house? Where do you live? No, something like that though. But that should happen. We're putting that out into
I
the
agree.
universe.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. And I think that I think that viewers would be like producers and stuff would be shocked at how well something like that would
I
do.
agree.
It would do so well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I found in there? I didn't realise how much of a head fuck it would be to be in one place for 2 weeks.
It's a long time.
It is.
It honestly,
With no
that
phone.
was the hardest thing. It wasn't about the people. It wasn't about anything.
Like mentally.
It was mentally.
Yeah.
I had no idea I was going to find it that hard.
Yeah.
It gave me a whole new perspective on people that do things like Love Island and, you know, like have a mental breakdown in there. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
that-
watching it like get a grip.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a bit
I
more
get
crazy
it.
thing about Love Island because you're not just in there being like,
It's
right, I just want
worse.
to exist.
Oh my
you're like,
God.
right, I've also got to try and pursue people that
You're
I don't even
also-
know if I'm that
Otherwise I
interested
get
in.
booted
Dating,
off.
yeah, dating on national TV and being parred off like left, right, and centre for like
Yeah.
I could.
And at
could-
least with Locked In, like, you knew Joyce from outside, you met George before and
Yeah.
stuff. Love Island is literally complete
Strangers,
randoms
yeah.
who have usually
would
got
be
no following
horrible.
beforehand, so they don't know each other.
the thought of that is awful.
I would hate
to
it.
me.
I would hate all of the above, I think.
How did you?
The fact that they don't have they don't let you look at the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you cope with that? Like, and actually, like, what did you do?
Fuck all. Genuinely. So when you're not doing a challenge, you're just shitting about the house, being silly.
Did nobody ever like, I want to leave? Was nobody like, please let me leave?
Danny
now?
Aaron's the whole time was like, I want to go.
Really?
He was actively acting up to go, but he was. We were all kind of in the same boat where it was not in our nature to quit. I was like, I can't quit because that's shit. But I was like, if I got voted out,
it is what it is.
it's like, wouldn't
Because
mind.
you find often people say that, particularly on Celeb Big Brother, when they know, because it's the same, you know, when you've had your fee with Celeb Big Brother or I'm a Celeb, you get paid regardless. As long as you don't quit, you get paid regardless. So they're always very much like, oh, I can't wait. Like, I really hope, you know, please vote me out. And a lot of the time you're like, oh, they're just doing that as a coping mechanism of like, so it's not embarrassing when I do get voted out. And then actually it makes you wonder, having chatted to you post Locked In, of like, no, that I came in for the money, to have my face out there a little bit more, and I've done all those things. So whether I'm here for another week or not makes no difference to me. I just get to not completely lose my sanity if I go home now.
Yeah, that's exactly
God, it's
how
so
I felt.
interesting, isn't it?
You're gym goer, aren't you? Like, you go. What was that like in there?
Again, that's what I found really hard, because you say to the producers that basically what you have to do is in the morning, they literally, there's a mic man at the end of your bed, and it was like a known thing that the minute, bless him, he's just a guy.
My name's Mike.
He's just a man with a job who works as a sound technician. Every time we saw his face in the morning, we'd go, fuck off. Because it's like, I've just opened my eyes and there's a sound man there like ready to mic you up and catch everything you're saying, and it just feels, obviously that's literally what you sign up for. Fair.
Does he wake up, or is he literally waiting for you to
Tickling
like,
your feet with a microphone?
But it feels like that. It almost feels
invasive.
that invasive. Even though you're so aware that that's what you sign up for, but you just don't realise. I almost thought that half of it might be a little bit fake, and it actually wasn't, and then I was like, oh shit, I actually did sign up for this. But yeah, so they mic you up, and the whole thing is you're meant to kind of get ready for the day straight away. Obviously they put you in foot asylum clothes and do all that, and the point is they want you ready for whatever challenge they throw at you. So it's much easier to have the house, especially when you're trying to navigate a group of boys. All the girlies have got a shower, do their makeup, do this, do that. They want you to get ready straight away. I said, if I'm going to keep any shred of sanity in this house, you have to let me even just do like a little circuit in the garden or something. And that was so difficult, because they were like, we need you to get ready. But then you're waiting the whole day for the challenge to happen, then they might have a guest come in to be doing it, blah, blah. Then by the time you've got to the end of the day, you haven't, and I was like, you told me at some point I'd be able to work out or do something for my head. And you just can't.
But they almost want you to crack though, don't they?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Otherwise, I feel like there's no show.
Yeah.
If
everyone's just saying and jogging about and having a good time, then
if everyone's just having a jolly old time,
Yeah.
it's not exciting.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what you brought in there to do, but it's a different reality living it.
Yeah, totally.
God.
I'm
I
not
think
gonna-
that you did really well, though. I
Yeah.
think that
You did. You
you
came across
persevered,
so
and it was
great.
obvious that you were out of your comfort zone, but you didn't seem like you're out of your comfort zone.
Okay, good.
If you get what I mean. From
me
what I
to
saw.
me to welfare every night. Like, can we have a chat? Honestly, but you know, even the boys were like that though. They were. I think,
George told me he cried like
a
few
lot.
times.
I saw George cry a
I
lot.
told you that in confidence.
Not you.
I was just watching it.
In it. No, I think that was the main thing. It was that it wasn't like anybody was having the most awful time there. It was that they didn't realise the mental challenge that it would be. And I think everybody had this impression of, oh, we're going in as creators, so surely they're not going to be complete, you know, like almost we thought the minute the cameras were kind of off for the night, I don't know what I thought it'd be like banquet dinners and like, you know, giving me facials and spas. But like, I think we just didn't realise how seriously they meant it. They were like, you're literally locked in. It's the whole point of the show. We were like, right, I never knew that. What?
God,
I never do that.
Yeah, what? I never knew that.
well done to you for getting through
Thanks,
it.
Charlie.
Honestly, wild.